Do not panic. So what happens when somebody says this? Everybody starts to panic. What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your market expert here in Charlotte. Hope you are all doing well. And today we're going to be talking about an article that came out by CNBC today. And it's about the rising interest rates. And basically, buyers are terrified to miss out on the interest rate. So they're having FOMO, the fear of missing out. So we're going to go over a couple things about this article today and how it affects you as a first-time home buyer or just a regular home buyer in this market, even though it tends to affect more first-time home buyers since this is their first time buying a home and they haven't bought a home before, like other people that have experienced extremely high interest rates and now low interest rates. So with all that being said, if you haven't already done so, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment down and let me know what you think about this article and what you think might happen with this housing market. So with that being said, let's get started with this article. The title of it is Home Buyers Are Rushing to Get Mortgages Before Higher Rates Start to Price Them Out. So if you didn't watch already, I made a video last week about the real estate market report here in Charlotte, and I mentioned the interest rates. At the time, I believe the 30-year fixed rate mortgage was at 3.44%, and now it has 7 days later, it's jumped up to 3.55, and now it's looking like it's at 3.64. It's honestly going up a lot quicker than anybody would have thought. So a lot of people are really shocked because we're starting to get close to that 4% number. And with the way inflation is going and the cost of goods going up, there honestly is no other option for the Federal Reserve to do. They have to hike these interest rates up. But it's very interesting because now people are starting to panic and they're worried that the interest rates are going to jump to 4.5%, 5%, and that they'll never be able to afford a home because of these interest rates. It's adding on an extra $200, $300, $400 a month on your mortgage, depending on the price range of home that you are looking for. So with that being said, refinance applications have gone down 3% for this week, which it's kind of normal. A lot of people stopped refinancing, honestly, within the last couple of months. A lot of people were doing more refinances when the interest rates were, in the high twos, very low threes, depending on their current balance. Me, for example, I was very excited when the interest rates dropped. I called my lender. I said, hey, I'm thinking about refinancing. Right now I have a 3.875 on my current home, and I wanted to refinance to 3% or under. But I don't owe a lot on my home. So once we ran the numbers, he said, hey man, I honestly don't even think it's worth it for you to refinance your home right now just because you don't owe a lot on your home. And I plan to turn it into a rental this year. So yes, I will be buying a home this year, 100%, or my wife will kill me because we don't have a backyard for our dog. And we want to start a family. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated on that. But applications for a mortgage jumped 8% and set a new record for loan sizes. And interest rates have not been like this since March of 2020. So it's very interesting. It seems like anything that can happen for the market to get a little bit better for buyers and maybe to see home prices decrease. In the beginning of 2020, everybody thought real estate was going to go down like crazy, and the complete opposite happened. It jumped up like crazy. Now we're thinking interest rates are going up, so soon enough we will see home prices decrease, even though right now I think it's too soon to start seeing that. The complete opposite effect is happening again, and home buyers are starting to panic, and they're wanting to buy something right now at the 3.65 interest rate because they're worried that it's going to jump to 4.5%, 5%, and they'll never be able to buy a home. So guys, I really want to encourage you to figure out why you're looking to buy a home. What is your motive? You should never be rushed into making a huge decision like this as a home is. I always recommend people, if you plan on buying a home, you need to keep it at the very minimum for at least 3 years. And honestly, I think that's too short. I think at least 5 years you should keep your home. That way you can build up enough equity where if you decide to sell it in about 5 years, you're able to pay all the real estate commissions and you're also able to net money and basically get paid for living in your home for 5 years. So keep that in mind. Do not rush into this market. Do not force yourself to buy a home. Just relax. Everything in real estate, interest rate is ebbs and flows. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. So do not panic. I've had people call me in the past before and they have panicked for the last 2 years. Sasha, I really want to buy a home. I want to take advantage of the interest rate. That's great. Make sure you get yourself into a situation where you love your home and you're not just buying just to buy so you can get this good interest rate. So with that being said, if you're in the market right now, if you've been in the market for the last 1 to 2 years, make sure you touch base with your lender. Because the interest rates have gone up, your buying power has gone down at this point. So you need to go over the numbers again and make sure that you're still within your debt to income ratio and you're still able to afford the type of homes that you are looking for. Like I said, with these interest rates going up, depending on your price range, your mortgage has automatically gone up by $100, $200, $300 a month just based off these points that it's gone up to. It's a lot different getting a 3.2 interest rate versus a 3.7 or 3.8 when it comes to your monthly mortgage payment. So take that into consideration and just talk to your lender. Make sure you get at least 2 to 3 lenders to give you a quote on interest rates. Some can do better than others, and some can just keep up with kind of what the market is dictating. Number 2, do not rush this process. If the interest rates jump up to 4, 4.5, 5%, you can always refinance in the future if they should come back down. In the United States, we are one of the only countries in the world. I honestly don't know if that's a fact, but I know we are one of the countries where you can actually keep a fixed rate where your payment and your interest rate will not change for 30 years once you lock it in. I have family in Canada. In Canada, they are forced to refinance every 5 years. So if you locked in a 3% interest rate now, and in 5 years the interest rate is 6%, 6.5%, you are forced to refinance and pay a higher interest rate. So here, if you lock in a low rate, if you lock in a high rate, you can always refinance. I know people that had interest rates in the 6s from 4 or 5 years ago, and recently when the interest rates were cut in half when they were 3%, they refinanced and now their bill is a lot lower. So guys, take that into consideration. And again, don't panic.